It was a busy Saturday afternoon in Dallas, Texas. The sun burned hot over the crowded shopping plaza, and people moved in and out of stores carrying bags and drinks. Cars lined the parking lot, engines humming, horns beeping, life moving fast. But in the middle of all that noise, a sudden crash echoed across the lot. Everyone turned. A tall, muscular man named Ryan Carter, known around town for his temper and arrogance, stood next to a shattered motorcycle. The bike lay on its side, mirror broken, fuel leaking slowly onto the pavement, and beside it stood an older biker. He was about 65 years old, wearing a faded leather jacket, worn jeans, and dusty boots. His gray beard moved slightly in the wind. His name was Samuel Sam Walker. His motorcycle, old but carefully maintained, was now destroyed. Ryan smirked. Maybe next time, Ryan said loudly, kicking a broken piece of metal. You'll learn not to park your junk next to my truck. A small crowd began to gather. Some people whispered. Others pulled out their phones to record. Sam didn't shout. He didn't argue. He just stared at the broken motorcycle, silently. That silence made Ryan even angrier. What? Cat got your tongue? Ryan mocked. Or are you too poor to fix it? A few people laughed nervously. Sam slowly knelt beside the bike and gently touched the cracked fuel tank as if checking on an injured friend. His hands trembled. Then he spoke, calm, quiet, and steady. You didn't just break a motorcycle, he said. You broke the last thing my son ever gave me. The laughter stopped. Ryan rolled his eyes. Oh, please, he scoffed. Don't start with some sad story. But Sam wasn't looking at him anymore. He was looking at the ground, remembering. 3 years earlier, Sam's only son, Daniel Walker, had been a firefighter in Dallas. Brave, strong, respected. Daniel had saved dozens of lives. And on his final birthday before deployment to a dangerous wildfire in California, he gave his father a gift, that very motorcycle. Dad, Daniel had said with a smile, you spent your life taking care of me. Now it's your turn to ride free. Sam treasured that bike more than anything. He rode it every Sunday, cleaned it every week, protected it like family, because it wasn't just metal. It was a memory. Back in the parking lot, a woman in the crowd stepped forward. I remember that bike, she said softly. Your son used to ride it too. Soy. Sam nodded slowly. Ryan shifted uncomfortably, but his pride kept him loud. So what? He snapped. The stuff gets broken by another one. Sam finally looked at him. His eyes weren't angry. They were tired. You can replace a bike, Sam said quietly, but you can't replace the last gift from your child. The crowd fell completely silent. At that moment, a police car pulled into the parking lot. 2 officers stepped out and approached. One of them, Officer Maria Lopez, recognized Sam immediately. Mr. Walker? She said gently. Are you okay? Oh. Sam gave a small nod. Ryan crossed his arms. This old guy parked too close to my truck, Ryan said defensively. I just pushed the bike over. No big deal. Officer Lopez looked at the shattered motorcycle, then back at Ryan. Sir, she said firmly, that motorcycle belongs to a Gold Star father. Ryan frowned. What's that supposed to mean? The second officer spoke. It means his son died serving the community, he explained. A murmur spread through the crowd. Tones that once recorded for entertainment now recorded in shock. Ryan's confidence began to crumble. Still, he tried to laugh. Lots of people are heroes, he muttered. Officer Lopez took a slow breath. Daniel Walker ran into a burning building to save 3 children. She said, I got them out safely, but the roof collapsed before he could escape. The crowd gasped. Sam lowered his head. Ryan's face turned pale. For the first time, he looked at the broken motorcycle not as trash, but as something sacred, something irreplaceable. A teenage boy in the crowd stepped forward, holding his phone. I just looked him up, the boy said. He received the Medal of Valor after he died. He turned the screen around. On it was a photo of Daniel Walker, smiling in a firefighter uniform, standing proudly beside his father in that same motorcycle. The same one now lying broken on the pavement. Ryan stared at the image. His throat tightened. His hands began to shake. Suddenly, the sound of an ambulance siren passed nearby, echoing through the parking lot, a reminder of emergencies, of heroes, of sacrifice. Ryan swallowed hard. Hi. I didn't know, he whispered. Sam didn't respond. He simply continued holding the damaged handlebar. Ryan stepped closer, his voice cracking. "I thought it was just an old bike," he said. "I didn't know it meant that much." Tears filled his eyes. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the once arrogant bully slowly dropped to his knees beside the broken motorcycle. "I'm sorry," Ryan said, his voice shaking. "I was angry. I was stupid." A single tear rolled down his cheek, then another. "I wish I could take it back." Sam studied him for a long moment. Everyone held their breath. Finally, Sam spoke. "Oh, my son believed people could change," he said quietly. "He risked his life for strangers because he believed every person mattered." Ryan wiped his tears, unable to look up. Sam placed a gentle hand on Ryan's shoulder. "So the question is," Sam continued, "what are you going to do now?" Ryan took a deep breath. He stood slowly, then faced the crowd. "I'm going to fix this," he said firmly. "Oh, no matter what it costs." The next day, Ryan returned to the parking lot, not with anger, but with responsibility. Behind his truck was a trailer carrying a fully restored motorcycle. And next day, it looked exactly like Sam's original bike. Same color, same design, same details. Ryan stepped down and handed Sam the keys. "I worked all night with a restoration shop," he said. "They rebuilt it piece by piece." Sam stared at the motorcycle, speechless. Ryan's voice trembled again. "I can't replace your son," he said, "but I can honor him." Tears filled Sam's eyes. For the first time since the accident, a small smile appeared on his face. He placed his hand on the new motorcycle, then looked at Ryan. "Respect isn't about never making mistakes," Sam said. "It's about taking responsibility when you do." Ryan nodded, tears still falling. The crowd, many of whom had returned after hearing the story, began to clap. Slowly at first, then louder. Not for the mistake, but for the change. Sam started the motorcycle. The engine roared to life, strong, steady, proud. He looked at the sky and whispered softly, "Thank you, son." Then he rode forward, the wind carrying him ahead, not just as a father, but as a symbol of memory, sacrifice, and forgiveness. And Ryan stood there watching, tears in his eyes, finally understanding a lesson he would never forget. Respect isn't earned by strength, it's earned by heart.